You know that WinRAR free trial that you've been using since like 2015? Well, it turns out Russian and Chinese hackers are exploiting it right now. Yeah, this is a vulnerability from last July that got patched. Well, apparently nobody installed it. Shocking, I know. We're dealing with CVE 2025-8088. It's a path traversal flaw that lets attackers slip malicious files into your system when you extract a seemingly innocent archive. Russia-linked APTs, China-backed threat groups, script kiddies, and your garden variety cybercrime gangs are all actively exploiting it. And this is 6 months after the patch dropped. Now, I know what you're thinking. Andy, who even uses WinRAR anymore? Well, apparently a lot of people, and most of them still haven't patched since like 2015. You know, back when you first installed it with that 40-day free trial that somehow never expired. Here's the thing, folks. WinRAR is one of those tools that everybody has, nobody pays for, and apparently nobody patches either. It's the digital equivalent of that junk drawer in your kitchen. You know, you forgot about the things that were there until something explodes. So if you're still rocking WinRAR, do yourself a favor. Either update it to the latest version, or better yet, just use 7-zip. It's free, open source, and doesn't come with a guilt trip about unpaid licensing. And if you're in IT and still deploying WinRAR across your org, come on. It's 2026. There are better options. Stop making threat actors' jobs easier. Moving on to our second story, a critical flaw in OpenSSL could let hackers take over your computer just by sending you an email. And it's been out in the wild for a few weeks now. I'm talking about CVE 2025-15467. It's a critical remote code execution vulnerability in OpenSSL. Yeah, sitting at a almost perfect 9.8 on the CVSS scale. That's about as close as it gets without being a straight up 10. Now, OpenSSL handles encrypted communications for basically the entire internet, okay? It's in your web servers, it's in your email servers, it's in your VPNs, it's, like I said, everywhere. This bug lives in the CMS and SMIME message processing code, which means an unauthenticated attacker can execute arbitrary code remotely. No credentials needed, just point, click, and pwn, okay? Now, there is good news. There is a already working proof of concept out there, which means that defenders can test their systems. The bad news, there's already a working proof of concept out there, which means attackers have the same proof of concept. So if you're running OpenSSL, and statistically speaking, you probably are, patch immediately. Don't wait for the next maintenance window. Don't wait for your change management board to meet and push it back another 6 more weeks. Don't wait. Patch it now. Every moment you wait is another second that threat actors can find your internet-facing systems and add them to their botnet. And trust me, folks, they're looking, okay? Moving on to our last story of the day. SolarWinds just got caught shipping critical vulnerabilities in their own software. Now, hold on. Again, I know what you're thinking. SolarWinds? The same SolarWinds that got epically hacked in 2020? Yeah, so they just disclosed 4 critical vulnerabilities in their web help desk product. This is the same SolarWinds that was the poster child for supply chain attacks and spent the last 5 years telling us all about the importance of application security. And then they shipped this. These vulnerabilities include unauthenticated remote code execution and authentication bypass. You can chain these together completely to own a web help desk instance without even logging in. No credentials, no MFA, just walk right in like you own the place. The patches are out now, but again, what kills me is how did this even happen? SolarWinds has had a half a decade to tighten their security game. They've been through congressional hearings. They've had every security researcher on the planet crawling through their code, and somehow they still ship this. So look, I get it. Secure coding is hard, but when you're SolarWinds, you don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. You're supposed to be the cautionary tale that makes other companies tighten up their act, not the sequel. Okay? So if you're running SolarWinds Help Desk, patch immediately. And maybe take a moment to reflect on the fact that the company telling you to be secure couldn't secure their own product. Okay? So with that said, that wraps up today's stories. This is Andy Thompson signing off.